Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here is today's question. How can I create and confidently enforce a no-show and late cancellation policy that balances clear boundaries with compassion for my clients? This is a juicy one, right? This is like a place where a lot of therapists will get in arguments on Facebook groups. Before I dive in, I want to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring Ask Allison. I've talked about them for years. I know their features by heart. You probably do too, but here's what really sets them apart. First, they genuinely care about your experience. It's not just about troubleshooting. They actively implement user-suggested experiences like therapy search, secure messaging, clinical outcome tracking, real-time insurance checks, and a smooth super bill process. Everyone at TherapyNotes believes in the product and wants you to love it too. Plus, they're independently owned, which means no venture capital and no pressure to prioritize investors over customers. I'm going to say that again. They're independently owned, which means no venture capital and no pressure to prioritize investors over customers. This independence allows them to keep prices fair, to focus on innovation, and to prioritize customer experience. With over 100,000 therapists already on board, they've proven you don't have to compromise success for quality. If you're ready to see for yourself, try TherapyNotes free for 2 months with the code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com. All right. So whether you're unsure about your policy, what it should be, or you're struggling to enforce it, I am here to help. And we're going to break it down into 2 parts, deciding on the policy and then following through with it. So what should your policy be? If you are not sure what your no-show or late cancellation policy should look like, here are some key points to consider. First, treat your practice like a business. Write your policy as if your practice is full. Picture clients wanting to see you, but they're unable to get an appointment because of last-minute cancellations. Your policy should reflect the value of your time and your availability. Next, I want you to avoid punishment and focus on boundaries. A no-show policy isn't about punishing clients. It's about setting and maintaining boundaries. I want you to make it clear. I want you to make it firm, and I want you to make it compassionate. I want to also reiterate that as therapists, it is our job to model boundary setting and boundary maintenance. So keep that in mind when we're talking about this. I also want you to script your policy. So it's going to be in your informed consent. It's going to be in your financial agreement. It's going to be in the paperwork that our clients don't usually read. So I want you to have this script that you can do for the very first session. I want you to use the script in your first session. If you need to cancel a session, please do so at least blank number of hours in advance. Blank could be 24, 48, 72, you tell me. If you cancel within 24 hours or you don't show up, you're going to be charged the full session fee of, insert your fee here. If I can fill your spot, I won't charge you. I'll use the card I have on file to process the fee at the time of the missed session. Do you have any questions about this policy? Most clients do not have questions about this policy, but if they do, reiterate that this policy ensures fairness for everyone who wants access to your services. I also put in there as a mom of a kid who is often sick, and as somebody who has an autoimmune disorder, I will often say, if you are sick or if your kid is sick, I do not charge you, but I do ask that you communicate with me as soon as you can. That doesn't work for everybody. I want you to think about your policy and what works for you in your sessions and your clients in your business. All right, let's talk about how to enforce it, which is actually the harder part. First, I want you to clearly communicate upfront, right? That first session. It is the best way to avoid awkwardness by talking about it in that first session. Sneaking it into the fine print of your informed consent and avoiding the conversation might seem easier in the moment, but it's going to lead to confusion. It's going to lead to mistrust, and you're going to have clients leave because the first time you charge them, which you're going to because you're going to hold your boundaries, if they didn't know you were going to do that because you didn't verbally communicate it, they just signed all the paperwork, they're going to leave because you've kind of done them dirty. So next, I want you to model boundaries. As therapists, we help clients set healthy boundaries, right? Enforcing your own is an opportunity to model this skill. If you set a policy, it is your responsibility to follow through. It messes up your clients when you don't follow through on your boundaries. Next, I want you to expect discomfort. Charging for a no-show or late cancellation can feel uncomfortable sometimes, but you can handle it. You have dealt with much worse. So remember, it is not about being punitive. It's about maintaining a professional boundaries and ensuring fairness. Let's talk about exceptions because those are going to come up. Inconsistency holding the policy could be a problem from an ethics standpoint. So I'll say that. It is really important to set policies you'll actually hold. If you know you're not going to charge the full fee, you just know you're not. Maybe you could do $50, but you're not going to charge the full fee, then make your policy $50. Life happens. It is okay to waive a fee for emergencies like illness or accidents or whatever else you deem an emergency, but be really clear on the front end what that is. Lastly, when a no-show occurs, approach it with curiosity in the next session. Explore if there's a therapeutic issue behind the missed appointment, but always come from a space of support and not a space of judgment. So having a clear no-show policy and sticking to it is a really important part of running your practice. It protects your time, it models healthy boundaries, and it ensures fairness for all your clients. Today's free worksheet is policies to consider in your practice. You can DM me the word sheets to get this week's worksheet and access to the previous ones in the series. If you need help building your practice, I've got you covered there. I will take you step by step exactly how to build a practice that is not only full, but also feels sustainable. You can get that if you send me the word party. I will send you a link and I will send you a coupon that you won't even need because you can afford it at its full price. All right, y'all. I hope you have a really great day, and I'll talk to you later.